why can't you see?
Hey everybody, it's the one and only Brooklyn, and I am here chilling with the beautiful and talented Niqa B. Yes, honey, I cannot wait to do this interview. I've been following her on Instagram. Yes, girl, I've been stalking you, and you know a lot of things that you've been doing with your daughter and stuff like that, and your music. I'm so happy that you're here. So, yes, Niqa B. So tell us how you got started in the business, in the music business.
I'll say that I got started on a serious level last year because 2017 I was asked to be one of the hosts for the Cut Hip Hop Awards.
To the 2017 Cut Awards, you know, it's going to be a great night. We got so many wonderful artists here. We got so many people that people need to know because they're going to be the next future superstars. So you got to know these people and everything like that. Thank you so much for supporting the whole movement. You know, we support the Canadian hip hop movement.
So I had deactivated my page at that time because I was just like going through something, whatever. And someone had reached out to someone else and was like, where's that girl? Where's her page? Like, we want her to be a part of it, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Took the opportunity. That was my first like hosting thing to do. So I was nervous, like, you know. And yeah, so I went there and I had such a great time while I was there. And just being in that environment with all the artists and just everyone there, they were like talking about stuff. And I'm just like, I shouldn't be here for hosting. Like, you know, I should be here for what I love to do as well. And I wasn't taking it serious at that time. Yeah. So what I did was I connected with people that were there. I met with people, got numbers and things like that, followed them on social media. And then, yeah, from there, just started, you know, getting introduced to people, going to studio, taking it seriously. And then 2018 in February was when I dropped my first single. I did it as a promotional song to just get people, you know, get the feedback to see, you know, how people are going to start to feel or whatever. And then, yeah, that's how everything started.
Nice. So for those who don't know who Niqa B is, the beautiful Niqa B, can you let us know what style of music you do? Is it more soulful R&B? Is it more slow jam type of R&B? Is it Keisha Cole type R&B? Like what kind of music do you do?
It's crazy because growing up, a lot of people used to compare me to Keisha Cole in that aspect of like my sound or just like certain things like that I would sing about. So I don't know, I would say R&B, soul, kind of Keisha Cole, kind of, I don't know, I'm really just trying to figure out naturally what exactly it is that I want to be, like in terms of like different styles. So like Sorry that I dropped last year.
Oh boy, I can't get you out of my head, 'cause all these things that we plan yet ahead.
That was like R&B. And then Cannot Be that I dropped in July, that was like R&B. And then it's like I just recently dropped I Deserve. That's kind of a little bit different. And then I have a new song that's going to be coming out as well. That's a whole different vibe. So I'm kind of just, you know, doing different things, but I would say my main genre of music is R&B. Nice. Yeah.
So when it comes to different genres of R&B, if you had to choose, right, your top 3 female artists that you would want to work with if you had the opportunity, who would that be? Whether they have passed away or still living today, who would have liked to or want to work with?
Definitely Monica. Like that's my number one.
I know. On your story?
Yeah, that's my like number one from like a long time. Like even my like when I got my first tattoo, I was like, yeah, So Monica for sure. Like I always comment on her stuff. Like I'm just like always commenting on her stuff. Like hopefully she'll come to my page. Like, you know, I used to do covers too on my page, like doing Monica, tagging her. Like unfortunately she never like see my video, but that's like my number one choice. If I can meet with her, like even just meet her, like, you know, like I'd be super happy about that. I would say Aaliyah.
All right, so it's an isolation move we learned in dance class.
Okay, I could probably do this.
It's an exercise, and you put it all together, and you got the whole belly thing going. So you want to do it?
Yeah, I can do anything you do.
Side to side first.
Side to side, okay.
Go back, 4.
Wait, let me get my belly out.
as well, you know, even though she passed away, but like I always still listen to her music too. I always love her music, her sound. She's just, you know, chill, you know, she doesn't do too much. So her as well. And I would say Mary J.
So I'm gonna say this, don't you ever come home comparing me to no female, because there's only one Mary J. Blige, whether you like it or not.
I love her as well. So those would be my top 3 that I would say.
Top 3 great, amazing women. Yes, honey, especially Monica. She has a new single that came out. Yes, and it's, you know, she's a very talented. She's very talented, and she's also a mother. And I watch her on the Tiny and Ti, the Grand Hustle, I believe it is, their new show that involves her. And it's like being a mom. She's so proud not only of being an artist, she's also so proud of being a mother. And I know you are a proud mother. So you being a mother, how do you balance being a mom, working, and your music all at the same time? For those who are coming up in the game and want to know how to balance it, how do you tend to balance that?
It's crazy because that was a lot of the reason why I kind of took a while to do music, was because I was a mom and it was very hard, you know. I used to make excuses like, oh, I can't go here and I can't do this because I have my daughter. So now it's just like, she's here, you see her, she's sitting here. I can't be making an excuse. This is what I love to do. So I was like, you know, I have work as well, and I stay up at night working on beats. You just really, honestly, you need a schedule. Working on time management and schedule. I'm still even going through that. It's still like new to me, organizing a schedule, but definitely organizing a schedule and making the time for your kid. Because lately she's been saying to me, oh, mommy, I just feel like I always have to go here and go here because you always have to do this. And I'm like, but baby girl, she says she wants to have a stairs house. I'm like, you have to allow mommy to go to work, because I go to work. I work a 9 to 5. It's just like, this isn't free. Like, this music stuff is expensive. Yeah. I work my 9 to 5, and then in the evening time, sometimes I have to go to the studio, or, you know, you just really just have to have a time manage, like a schedule, a calendar, and also make sure that you're not neglecting the kids. Because when she did say that to me, I kind of felt a little bit bad, because this is what I was trying to avoid. I was just like, you know, I don't want her to feel like she's not a part. So I let her know, you know, I'm doing an interview today. Mommy's going to bring you with me. You got to be on your best behavior. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard as moms. It's hard when you're a single mom and you're doing everything on a day-to-day. It's really hard. I've had breakdowns. I've had, you know, the times where I'm like, oh, okay, you know. But at that moment, I'll say, you know what? Take a break for a minute, but don't take a long break, because that's the problem. Sometimes people take long breaks and they forget about what it is that they're doing. So definitely self-talk. I pray, I ask God for strength, you know, because it's really hard and I get tired. I'm super tired all the time. But
put God first.
Yeah. But yeah.
You can keep the mic because I'm loud enough, right? you can hold the mic because
okay.
it's very good on you.
Okay.
So what is your motivation? What would you say your motivation is? I know, you know, your daughter would be, obviously would be your motivation, but what, besides your daughter, do you have any other motivations that push you every day that says, hey, do you have like a crew of people that push you and say, meet, like you can't give up, like
yeah. I would say my cousin too, like we live together. She's like my best friend cousin, like we're really
best friend that you were playing around and talking about.
Yeah, so OG Teddy B, that's her Instagram. She does makeup, so she does my makeup, all my stuff, like, you know, she does my makeup. If it's not her, then it's my other friend who is Sandy Beauty. She does makeup as well. So my friends that I'm surrounded around, they push me all the time. But my cousin, she's the one who's like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, you know, like, come on, like, you got to do this. Like, she keeps me going. As well as, I would say, the people on my Instagram. Honestly, there's been, like, it's so crazy because I just told my cousin this the other day. It's like, I feel like people are looking up to me and I'm like, oh, like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, you know, like, I'm not like, oh, I'm still making mistakes. I'm still growing, you know what I'm saying? But before I even started doing this, there was a lot of moms and there was a lot of females that always used to message me all the time, like, oh, how do you do this? And how do you do this? How do you get through this? And you know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of people who are watching me, and sometimes they may not comment on my stuff, but they'll send me DMs, these long DMs, asking me for advice and how do I do this and how do I do that? And I just feel like I'm feeling a little bit of pressure, but I'm just, like I said, I just ask for strength and I just keep on going. But those people are my motivation. My daughter, my cousin, my family, my friends who are around me on a consistent basis, who help me with my daughter, because, it's really hard. There's sometimes, the time that I go to the studio and I do my thing, sometimes that's my mommy time. I mean, that's my me time.
Yeah.
So sometimes I want to bring her, but majority of the time, sometimes I just want to just do me, channel out and just do my thing. So them, my social media people, and yeah.
So that's great that you have a solid team, because sometimes when you come up in the business, what people lack is support, and they also lack the motivation and determination, because at the end of the day you don't really have a tight circle, and the fact that you have a tight circle, that's great, and you have people that can help you, that's even better.
Yep.
Because a lot of people out here who are trying to get into the industry or even do other things can't, because they don't have that. So
Yep.
What are some things that you would say to young women that are coming up in the game, that, because I know you've been through a lot,
Yeah.
people doing things to you where you had to overcome obstacles. So what would be your suggestion to upcoming female artists coming up in the game?
I would definitely say, do not watch other people. Like, that is like the number one thing. When I first started doing this, or when I was doing the covers, and that was another reason why I stopped, because a lot of people, I feel like I was being, oh, you're the girl who always does the covers. Oh, you're the girl who always does the covers. Oh, the singing girl. And I'm like, you know what? I got to switch it up. Let me do my thing. So first and foremost, don't watch what other people are doing, because like I said, I've had breakdowns, and I'm not afraid to say that. I say that on my page all the time. You're being an entrepreneur, or you're doing things on your own. You're not signed to nobody. It's going to be hard regardless. So the late nights and all that stuff, some people that you see on social media, it's all an act. They're not putting out everything that's what's really going on. I try my best to try to be as authentic as possible and try to say, this is what's going on, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going through right now. And I try to also do that in my music. So when you're writing, I would say, don't be afraid to write about what's really going on. That was one of my things. I was protecting certain situations and certain things that's going on, whereas sometimes now people will hear my music, maybe they may know who I'm talking about, maybe they may not know who I'm talking about, but at the same time, there's a shitload, sorry to excuse my language, of females who are messaging me like, oh, I'm going through that same thing, like da-da-da-da, and all those things. So don't watch other people. Make sure you're writing about what it is you want to be writing about. Don't be protecting nobody. I would say, yeah, try to make sure you have genuine people around you. I mean, it's hard. I don't really talk to them anymore either, because I feel like people are using people. Girl, it's just people are trying to it's just this whole thing, just me going into this right now, I'm already noticing different things. And it's just like, you need to be very cautious about who you're around. And if you do have a solid team around you, make sure you let them know that you appreciate them all the time. I tell my friends out all the time, because it's easy to get distracted as well. Stay focused. It's easy to get distracted. And yeah, just know what it is that you really want to do, to be honest, because once you know what it is that you want to do, it's easy to get distracted. And once you know that you are getting distracted, bounce back into what it is that you're doing. But yeah, top 3, focus on yourself. Make sure you have genuine people around you. Don't be fearful of what it is that you want to be talking about in your music. And yeah.
So in that word, what would you say you hated? One thing you hated and one thing you loved that you accomplished in 2018 that you were able to overcome, like probably something that you thought, hey, I'm not going to get through it, and you were able to get through it. What is something that you got through? Or
I would say one of the things that I disliked was, again, me getting used for certain things, and me realizing certain people's intentions of what it is that I'm doing. So now for this year, I'm being a little bit smarter about my choices and who I work with, and just that as a whole, in terms of the positive things. And it's so crazy, because I used to be very negative. I used to be a very negative person in the past, because a lot of things that I did go through. So towards the ending of last year, me and my cousin, we sat down and we said, oh, let's write about the things that were good. And I had a lot of positive things to say. I'm proud of myself, because I'm coming from far. And the fact that I was able to release 2 songs last year is a big accomplishment for me. The fact that I was able to write those songs, because growing up, I was always like, oh, I feel like I'm not the strongest in writing and things like that. There's always writers, you know, I have people around me who are writers as well, but it's just, you know, I was determined. I want to do my thing. I want to write about what I want to write about. So I'm happy that I was able to write those songs and do my thing. And yeah, I feel like I'm just growing and people are watching my growth, and I'm happy about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So when it comes to you just talked about writing and stuff like that, and I know a lot of people, you know, like Nicki Minaj, she's always trying to get at people for writing people's lyrics and stuff like that. So what would you say? Do you find that sometimes it's better that somebody writes for you, or do you find that it comes, whatever you want to say comes across way better when you do it, when you write it, opposed to when somebody else writes it for you?
You know, I don't knock anybody who has writers. I don't knock that at all, because I mean, I'm going to be working with writers. There's writers who hit me up like, hey, let's work together. They've been doing writing. There's some people who are strong at what they do. Some people are strong at writing. Some people are strong at singing. I see some artists, and in my opinion, they're not that great. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they may have a good sound, but if they had a ghostwriter or something, maybe they would go a lot further. And then there's some people whose sounds are garbage, but they can write bars. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, in the future, I do want to team up with writers, because like I said, writing for me is still not my strength yet. I'm still working on that. But singing, okay, yeah, I can sing. I've never had a vocal coach. All my sound and everything is just raw. Nice. But there's some people that I know who have done vocal training and and those things. I aim to be able to afford that in the future, you know what I'm saying, to be able to have vocal training. But I don't. But I know that singing is what I love to do. That's what takes me away. But if I want to work with a writer and something to keep the momentum going, I'm going to do that. You know, so I definitely don't knock anyone if they want to use writers.
So, your video, girl. I seen the behind the scenes when you're getting ready, prepared for it, all that type of stuff.
You're also, like, I think, a really good role model for a lot of women too, who aren't built like this, right? And you don't have to be to look incredibly gorgeous.
What made you decide you wanted to go that route? Keep it sexy, it was classy, very sexy, very fresh, very unique, and stuff like that. Who came up with the concept of your video?
You're talking about the Sorry video? Sorry, the first video? It was me and my friend, the one who actually shot the music video. Her name is Janice. We came up with it together, and we're just like, you know what? We have to keep it sexy. You know, you're sorry. Lounging around, like the two-piece outfit I was wearing, having the guy in the video, like that was like that was like shout outs to Jimmy, like, you know. And it's so crazy because I didn't even know him. I did my little social media, you got to use your social media, and I send out a message like, hey, I'm having a casting call, blah blah blah. And somebody referred him to me and him met up. We conversed, because I said, you know what, before I choose the guy that I'm going to choose, I need to meet up with him, because I need to figure out the chemistry, see what it's about. So, you know, we're cool, everything. I was very professional, had my mood board, everything ready. And yeah, it's just, everything just flowed.
It looked like
it just flowed. It just flowed. But we had to have a guy in it. Like, we had to have, there's something new. So it's like, you know, we have to have a guy. I have to, and Jalen, like my fashion, he's the one who chose my outfits.
Nice.
So I needed a stylist. I was like, you know what, I'm not trying to be stressing about anything else. I just need to be worried about what I'm going to be doing in the music video. Nice. So I connected with him, and yeah, he was able to pick up the outfits like quick, went together, and then yeah, so all the outfits that I was wearing in there, he chose them. The guy, I found him on social media, and then everything just was just a flow. I just had some wine, you know, got into role play. It took a while, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm happy that people love the music video.
So what's your plans for 2019?
2019, create more music, drop more music. That's my thing. I'd say I want to do more shows, because I want to work on my stage presence. I feel like I'm still a little bit shy. So I want to be able to do more shows and, you know, build my fan base up some more. I'd say that for sure. And yeah, those are the top things. Work on my stage presence to have more shows and just continue the momentum of dropping more music. I dropped 2 last year. I want to be able to be dropping more.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna have your beautiful daughter come and sit with us. Guys,
Okay.
she's so beautiful. She's
Trying to take off your
so
jacket.
patient. She's been over here playing her video games, listening to mommy, but she about to get her little fame on the couch, boo. Come sit right here. Oh, so cute. So tell everybody your name and how old are you?
I'm Shania and I'm 6.
Why are you being shy? You're not even shy.
What is something that you love to do? What's your favorite things to do?
Playing and play video games.
What about gymnastics? You want to talk about your gymnastics?
You do gymnastics?
Yeah.
So you could do backflips and cartwheels and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So are you mommy's biggest supporter? Are you like mommy's #1 supporter?
Yes.
You are? Can you sing too?
Yes.
You can? Does mommy help you, or do you help mommy when she's singing?
Yes.
She's so cute.
She always sings. She always, if I do a song, the next day I'll obviously be playing it in the car because I'm feeling hype.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "Oh, mommy, that's the song you did yesterday," and I'll be like, "Yeah, do you like it?" And she'll be like, "Yeah," or sometimes she'll be like, "Kinda." Like, she'll tell me her honest opinion, but she number 1 fan. If you go to the park, these little girls already know. Asking me to watch my music video, I'm showing them on my phone.
Good job.
Right?
High five. That's what you do, girl. And girl, let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I was younger, I had grape earrings too, and I lost mine. And I'm so happy that your mom put you onto the game. These right here are classics. Ask anybody; they'll let you. Anybody who's watching this knows about the. If you don't know about grape earrings,
I used to have them too.
something is wrong.
Yeah.
And one with the red stud.
Yeah, I used to have. Yep.
Yes. So let
From she's younger.
So let everybody know your social medias, where we can find your music, what's coming up next, and things like that before we head out.
Okay, so once again, my name's Niqa B. You can follow me on Instagram, Niqa Bailey, Snapchat, Niqa Bailey as well. I would say I just made a Twitter because I heard that Twitter's the thing. So I mean, I think it's Niqa_B. Facebook as well as Niqa B, and that's with the space, so Niqa B. YouTube, Niqa B as well, or you could type in Niqa Bailey. And yeah, check out Sorry. That was my first music video that I did last year. Cannot Be, that's on all streams. And I Deserve, this is my shirt for the cover.
Hair on that slave girl.
Stush Creations.
Nice.
Yes, so shout out to Stush Creations. She always puts on my wigs and does my wigs for me. And yeah, you can listen. Cannot Be, I Deserve, that's all on major platforms. And Sorry, the music video is on YouTube, and the audio is on SoundCloud. Yes.
So remember to check her out.
Yes, guys.
Remember to follow her on Instagram. And I'm telling you guys right now, her Insta stories are.
I'm trying, and it's so funny because I stopped really like being who I am, kind of in terms of being outspoken on myself, because I was like, oh, I need to be more professional.
Listen, I before I even wanted to do the interview with you, I fell in love with you, and because you were doing covers. Like, you used to do covers, and it was just like, it was raw. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I could tell that it's your passion, and this is something that you want, and you can tell the drive that you have. So that's the reason why and then also because you guys always have chronicles in the car, like you are always going at it in the car, like, and it's like two grown people having a conversation, and it's like she's so respectable, she's so well spoken, and it's just like it's entertaining. So from me to you, continue being your authentic self and don't change, because at the end of the day, that's who your fans fell in love with. I fell in love with you being you.
My cousin told me the same thing. She said the same thing to me. She said, Shanika, you need to start putting more, do your talking. Like, how come you're not doing talking videos anymore? How come you're not doing any of that? Like, you know, so I said that. I said, I'm going to work on that for this year for sure. Still putting out my personality and who I am.
It'll be you. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because at the end of the day, that's who we love.
Yeah.
So once again, it's the one and only Brooklyn here with Niqa B, the beautiful
Yes.
Niqa B, and her beautiful, gorgeous daughter.
Shania.
Yeah, she's so cute, guys. Remember Brooklyn's Tea Talk. I cannot deal with this. Brooklyn's Tea Talk. You know, shout out to Kevin behind the camera, and
Shout outs Worldwide Entertainment.
yes, hon.
Yes.
I love her. You see, this is why I love her. So anything that's coming up, make sure you hit us up, and if we can cover it, we'll.
Yes, I actually have a show that's going to be coming up. I just got notice about it yesterday. It's going to be February 17th. Look on my social media. I'm going to post a flyer. I'll post it this week. But February 17th, it's going to be an R&B like showcase that's going on. So I'm definitely going to be participating in that again to work on my stage presence and get myself out there.
Nice, girl.
So yeah.
Not a problem. So it's the one and only Brooklyn, and we are out.
Peace.
There you go.